Hello, Faith Leader, and welcome to Breaktime. Today we are in Psalm 16:5. Lord, David says, you alone are my portion and my cup, and you make my lot secure. Now remember, this whole psalm started with this one verse that said, keep me safe. And then he went from that to, you are my Lord, apart from you, I have no good thing. He was claiming his identity over, his space with God in this beautiful place. And he gets to this verse, and he has such an authentic relationship with God that I so desire. I hope you can hear what he's saying, because he says there's only one thing David realized that was going to be his portion, that was going to fill his cup. David had a lot of things. He was king, but he only realized that one thing was going to fill his cup up. And it wasn't going to be what David put inside of his cup, but it was what God was filling his cup with. That was what David understood as his place of security in this world, and in his place of a sense of deep fulfillment here, a deep place of pleasure. And it wasn't in the pleasures of what others was offering David, and he had more than probably most of us. But David knew that those things wouldn't fill him up. What he needed was that God was his portion. God was, we could say it this way, Jesus is the bread of life. Once you taste that, you don't want anything else. Because that, once you taste this relationship with Jesus, your desires become then wanting more. And this is what David found. He couldn't get enough. Because he's tasted and experienced the unfailing, he fell and experienced the forgiveness of God in his heart, and his heart was in a different place. And so if you're sitting there and thinking, man, I don't know about that, Sabra. I've got a lot of good things in my life, and do I really need God to be my portion? The one portion of my life, not, but he was saying, I'm just going to put it out there before you, just to taste it, just to give this relationship with Jesus. Put it on trial if you have to. Taste it in such a way that, okay, I'm going to set aside everything else, and I just want to come right here to this word. I want Jesus, you to be this space. I want you to talk to my heart just like you talked to David's heart, because I'm not there. Be as honest and vulnerable with the Lord as whatever you're going through. That's exactly the place that the Lord wants to be your portion, right there. He's not expecting you to be David. He's not expecting me to be David, but he's expecting me to be Sabra before God, and to set aside my agenda to the place where I'm going to say, okay, God, show me in this life how David allowed you to be his portion. How do I do that in a life that's offering me all kinds of things to fill me up? Lord, help me be that real. Because see, we go to work to try to find that place of portion, but when our work becomes then that place, we become defeated. You see, that was when something else becomes the portion in our life that the Lord wants to fulfill, we become defeated. Do you feel defeated? There might be a reason why you are. It could be that you're not allowing God the portion, and say, God, be it all. Be my Lord of my life. Bless you as you open up your life and allow him to be your portion. Allow him to fill